Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful recap is in for Wednesday, October 15th, 2025. In today's episode, Deacon Sharp, Sean Kanan, flirts with Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, Sheila Carter Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, eavesdrops. Plus, Deke Sharp, Harrison Cohn, visits everyone at Forrester Creations. At Forrester Creations, models are showing off new designs. Brooke Logan Forrester, Catherine Kelly Lang, isn't feeling it. She likes the designs, but they just don't catch enough attention. Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K., suggests Hope Logan, Annika Noel, do something fresh to liven things up. Hope brings up needing a new designer. Ridge likes the idea of an intern helping Hope out. That is when Hope brings up Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada. As they chat, Deke enters. Ridge asks what brings Deke to LA. Then, Ridge jokes that maybe he can babysit Deacon. They all agree that Deke came back at the right time. Deacon needs him more than ever. Later, Brooke tells Ridge that she's thinking about Deke's words regarding hope for the future. They both agree it was the right choice bringing the fashion line back. Brooke passionately kisses him, then talks about hoping Taylor can find love, too. In the design office, Deke enters to see Hope. They discuss Deacon and Sheila. Deke and Hope talk about how anyone besides Sheila is good for Deacon. Hope tells him about giving Deacon an ultimatum when finding out about Sheila. They both think Deacon should be with a lady with all 10 toes and all her marbles. At Il Giardino, Deacon calls Taylor. She had a last-minute cancellation, so he can stop by. Before he jets off, Sheila corners him. They debate about Sheila's betrayal. The waitress says that Luna is now in prison, so there's nothing she can do anyway. Sheila wants him to come home. Deacon needs to figure things out. Sheila wants them to work on it together. Deacon is seeing a professional. Sheila learns it's Taylor. At therapy, Taylor suggests referring to someone who isn't connected to the Luna situation. Deacon says that nobody will understand the history, and he'll just sound crazy. As they talk about the crumbling marriage, Sheila listens from the cracked door. Deacon thinks Ridge is dumb for dumping Taylor. She's so intelligent, so beautiful, etc. Taylor smiles and says any woman would be lucky to have Deacon, too. Taylor suddenly ends the session. Deacon and Taylor share a close and tight embrace as Sheila watches nearby. Wednesday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful delivered everything fans adore about the long-running PBS soap, sizzling flirtations, dangerous secrets, and schemes unfolding in the most unexpected corners of Los Angeles. From Deacon's surprising charm offensive to Sheila's darkly amused surveillance, and Deke's unexpected trip to Forrester Creations that raised more than just eyebrows, the October 15th episode set the stage for a stormy next chapter. The episode opened with a close-up of Deacon Sharp, Sean Kanan, at Il Giardino, flashing that trademark grin that has both saved and doomed him over the years. The restaurant was unusually quiet, the morning sun glinting through the windows as he prepared to host a private brunch meeting for potential investors. But this was Deacon, and trouble was never far behind. Enter Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang. She wasn't there for a meal, but for answers. The tension between them was thick from the start, partly nostalgic, partly suspicious. Brooke had heard whispers about Deacon's latest business expansion plans and wanted to make sure he wasn't getting involved with shady partners again. Deacon chuckled, leaning across the table with that disarming twinkle in his eye. "You wound me, Logan. Don't you trust me by now?" Brooke crossed her arms, her voice half amusement, half warning. "You've said those exact words before every single time you've gotten into trouble." Fans watching at home could sense the sparks, that undeniable, old-school chemistry that has never quite faded, no matter how many heartbreaks they've endured. But this wasn't just casual flirting. Deacon was testing the waters, seeing if Brooke's feelings for Ridge, Thorsten K., were as stable as she claimed. When she admitted she was happy but confused about the future, Deacon leaned in closer, lowering his voice to a near whisper. "If Ridge ever forgets what a prize you are, Brooke, you know where to find me." The look Brooke gave him, a mix of irritation and temptation, said it all. She stood up quickly, trying to regain her composure. But Deacon's grin followed her all the way to the door. As she left, his phone buzzed with a message that made his smirk fade instantly. It was from Sheila. "We need to talk. Now." Cut to Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown, perched in her car a block away from Il Giardino. The woman who has cheated death more times than anyone could count looked like a predator waiting for her prey. She had been following Deacon's every move, and seeing Brooke Logan enter the restaurant had set her off like a ticking bomb. Through binoculars, yes, binoculars. Sheila never disappoints. She watched the exchange unfold with cold fury. The sight of Deacon's easy laughter and Brooke's flustered smiles had Sheila's knuckles whitening on the steering wheel. "Oh, Deacon, you just can't help yourself, can you?" she muttered, her voice dripping with venom and heartbreak. For months, Sheila had been struggling to prove that she was a changed woman. She'd been released under strict conditions, thanks to a technical loophole and Deacon's legal maneuvering. But seeing him entertain Brooke rekindled the old fire, the kind that made Sheila unpredictable and dangerous. Just then, she received another text, this one from Deke Sharp, Deacon's estranged cousin and occasional conman partner, who had recently blown into town, heading to Forrester. "Big opportunity brewing. Don't tell Deacon." Sheila's eyes gleamed with intrigue. "Oh, this is too good," she purred. "A sharp double act right under the Forresters' noses." She revved the engine and followed the direction of Deke's text. Because when Sheila smells trouble, she doesn't run from it. She becomes it. Meanwhile, over at Forrester Creations, the atmosphere was buzzing with energy. Hope Logan, Annika Noel, was in the design office reviewing the latest sketches for the Hope for the Future line, while Thomas, Matthew Atkinson, still nursing wounds from their broken connection, tried to focus on work instead of watching her every move. That fragile piece shattered when Deke Sharp, played with charming mischief by guest star Greg Evigan, sauntered through the double doors. Wearing a sharp suit and a grin that screamed confidence scam, he introduced himself to a startled receptionist as Deacon's cousin, potential investor, and big admirer of Forrester fashion. Before anyone could question it, he was ushered straight into the main office, where Ridge Forrester himself was, discussing fabric imports with Carter Walton, Lawrence, St. Victor. Ridge's expression instantly hardened. "You're a Sharp? You've got about 30 seconds to explain what you're doing here." Unfazed, Deke smiled, sliding a sleek black folder across the table. "Relax. Ridge, I'm not here to sell you a bridge or borrow your yacht. I'm here with a legitimate proposal, one that could make Forrester Creations a household name in Europe's younger market." Carter opened the folder, eyebrows arching as he skimmed through the numbers. On paper, it looked promising, a collaboration between FC and a European startup Deke claimed to represent. But Ridge wasn't buying it. "You expect me to believe this isn't one of Deacon's side hustles?" Ridge growled. "Deacon doesn't even know I'm here," Deke replied smoothly. In fact, he'd probably try to talk me out of it. That line got everyone's attention, including Hope, who had just walked in to drop off fabric samples. She froze at the sight of Deke. "Uncle Deke?" she gasped. "What are you doing here?" Ridge's glare darkened even further. The last thing he wanted was another Sharp anywhere near Forrester business, especially not when Deacon was already stirring up emotions across town. After Deke's pitch, Hope cornered him in the hallway, visibly tense. She hadn't seen him in years, and his sudden appearance was suspicious enough to make even her patient nature snap. "If this is about Dad's restaurant or some new scheme, you should know that Ridge will never—" "Whoa, slow down, kiddo," Deke interrupted. "This isn't about Deacon. This is about me making a legitimate business move." "I've changed," Hope folded her arms. "You Sharp men always say that right before everything falls apart." Their conversation was overheard by none other than Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, who was just stepping out of a conference room. Sensing tension, Steffi smoothly intervened, offering Hope a thin smile. "Everything okay here?" Hope nodded quickly, but her mind was already racing. Something wasn't adding up. Deke showing up at Forrester the same day Deacon was seen meeting Brooke again? It felt connected, too coincidental to ignore, and Steffi, ever the strategist, was thinking the same thing. "I'll run a background check," she told Carter quietly once Deke left. "If he's got a shady connection to Deacon, I want it on record." Hope overheard that too, and while she didn't object, her face betrayed concern. She still wanted to believe her father had changed, and this new drama could jeopardize that progress. Back at Il Giardino, Deacon finally met up with Sheila, and the sparks that flew between them weren't romantic. They were dangerous. Sheila stormed into his private office, slamming the door behind her. "You were laughing with her," she hissed. "Brooke Logan, after everything we've been through, that's who you run to?" Deacon rolled his eyes, trying to stay calm. "You're blowing this out of proportion. Brooke came by, that's all. Don't start turning this into one of your obsessions." But Sheila wasn't having it. She stepped closer, her voice trembling between fury and heartbreak. "You promised me you'd stand by me, Deacon. You said we'd start over, away from the Forresters, away from the lies. And now I see you batting your eyelashes at the woman who's always treated you like dirt." Deacon exhaled sharply. "You don't own me, Sheila. I helped you because I believed in redemption, not because I wanted a life sentence with you watching me 24/7. For a long moment, the room was silent. Then Sheila's expression softened, her tone dangerously sweet. "You'll regret saying that," she whispered. "Because when I lose someone, bad things happen." She turned to leave, but paused at the door. "Oh, and in case you didn't know, your cousin Deke is at Forrester right now, talking to Ridge about you." The color drained from Deacon's face. "What?" But Sheila was already gone, her laughter echoing down the hall like a ghost's warning. Minutes later, Deacon stormed into Forrester Creations, demanding to see Ridge. The tension was electric, both men barely hiding their disdain for each other. "What's this about your cousin showing up here like some wannabe investor?" Ridge snapped. "That's what I'm here to find out," Deacon shot back. "I didn't send him. He's using my name to weasel into your good graces, and you know I'd never pull something like that." "No?" Ridge sneered. "Because the last time you didn't pull something, Hope's whole career almost blew up. Hope, trying to mediate, stepped in between them." "Please, both of you. This isn't helping. If Deke's up to something, we'll figure it out. But fighting about it just proves him right, that you two can't stand being in the same room." The words hung heavy in the air. Ridge and Deacon exchanged glares, but neither pushed it further. For now, as Deacon left, his phone buzzed again. Another text, this time from an unknown number. "You'll never see it coming." The camera lingered on his face, a flicker of fear in his eyes, before cutting to the Forrester rooftop. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our bold and beautiful update YouTube channel for more update news.